Hello, good evening and welcome to your session. Hi, how are you all doing? Hi Mayank, Babita, Aditya, hello. Akshara, sorry. Alright. And who else? अरे राकेश, ऐसे नहीं बोलते दोस्त तो बन जाएंगे. Hi Rajeshwari, hello. Alright, let me know if you can hear me and see me all clear. Hi, long time no see, Gungun, how are you doing? Hi Apsara, hello. Alright. No, it's not a Menti, but it is a quiz. So I hope you all remember that we had a session on literary devices in which a lot of tongue twisters happened. You remember I tried saying a lot of different tongue twisters and I failed miserably at some of them. Well, today you have a quiz on all the literary devices that we learned that day. Okay, I see thumbs ups. Okay, your name is Manjeet. I'll try to remember that. Oh, Rajeshwari, that's great. I hope you did well. I'm so happy that the videos helped you. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you out. So whatever help you need, just ask. And first timers, welcome. Really happy to have all of you here. Okay. ठीक है, तो सबको याद है ना literary devices? भूल तो नहीं गए? हाँ, simile, metaphor, there's alliteration. Alliteration are all the tongue twisters that we said. Good evening. Okay, so we're gonna have a quiz now, and I'm going to keep track of who's giving me the correct answers first. So I have eyes on the chat. हाँ, 3 literary devices. Well, there are many more, but because we learned 3 that day, today the quiz is going to be on what you've already learned. And the reason why it's a quiz like this is because if you get stuck somewhere, Menti में opportunity नहीं मिलती है उस समझने की कि क्यों सही आंसर सही है, क्यों गलत है. So explanation and all can happen simultaneously like this, which is why, because literary devices are a little tricky. I know a lot of you do struggle with them. Hello. Okay, so are we ready? Good evening, Prashant. Hi, Lucky. Hi, Chanchla, Purnima. Oh no, it's okay. Just, I'm telling you, it's not on Menti. So stay here, stay with me. Chalo, ठीक है, ready है ना? शुरू करें? Ready to get started? Yes? All right, perfect. Here's your first question coming up in 3, 2, 1, and here we are. Which is the literary device used in the sentence? And the sentence is, Stephen slept like a baby after working for 10 long hours. ABC or SMP, whatever you wish to type. Okay, I see Dilip saying simile, and then BBB, and a lot of answers coming in. Okay, I see some C's, I see some B's. Okay, and the correct answer, should I reveal the correct answer? I think Dilip got it right. You were the first one to get it right. The answer is simile. Why are you all getting confused? Why did you give me C and B as the answers? Some of you think it's metaphor. Nahi, metaphor nahi hai, because what? See, simile, metaphor, both used for comparisons, right? You remember this very well. Simile mein bhi comparison hota hai, metaphor mein bhi comparison hota hai, but what is the difference? Simile uses like or as to make the comparison, whereas in a metaphor, there's no like or as that's being used. Correct? So I see itna bada like I see over here. So I wonder how all of you skipped out on this. So the correct answer is simile. All right. Now, which is the literary device used in the sentence, the stuntman flipped from a 40-foot Ferris wheel? Now, मेरे बोलते ही समझ में आ गया होगा, because like I said the last time, a lot of tongue twisters use alliteration. Okay, I missed out on who gave me the answer first, but a lot of you are giving me the correct answer. The correct answer is C, alliteration. Great. Now you can see all the repeating sounds underlined. And what is the important thing to remember when it comes to alliteration? It's not that the letter is being repeated. No, it's that the sound is being repeated. Okay, so here the sound is being repeated. Flipped, from, 40, foot, Ferris. Okay. Keshav, this is your quiz. Menti mat karo. This is your quiz. It's going on right now. Pay attention. Okay. Now, I'm sorry I missed out on who was first the second time around. Dilip is claiming that he was first. I don't know. Everyone else, do let me know. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Second वाले में हम नहीं देखेंगे. But as long as you get the correct answer, you're all first in my eyes. Okay, alliteration समझ में आ गया. Repeating sound. So the first sound of consecutive words is going to be repeating in a sentence. ठीक है? Okay, time for the next one. Here we are. Which is the literary device used in the sentence? Again, same question. The cat's fur was a blanket of warmth. Okay, Gungun comes in with B as the answer, followed by a lot of other answers. सब अलग अलग आंसर क्यों देने लग गए? Okay, there is the C, there's mostly B now, some C's. Okay, those of you asking for my name is Asmita. Welcome to the class. Advika, I'll explain personification soon, don't worry. So here the correct answer, as Gungun rightly said, is B. So I think Gungun was first this time, but a lot of you gave me the right answer. So the correct answer is metaphor. Why is this a metaphor? See, we are comparing the cat's fur to a blanket. Now, winters में, especially सर्दियों में, जैसे आप blankets लेते हो, some of them are really furry and warm, right? And cat's fur is also furry and warm. So we are comparing the warmth or the softness of these two things, cat's fur and a blanket. But we're not using like or as. We're not saying the cat's fur was like a blanket of warmth. We are saying the cat's fur was a blanket of warmth. So we're saying A is equal to B. But the comparison is implicit. मतलब literally ऐसा नहीं है कि blanket cat के फर से बनी हुई है, but we are comparing the two things without explicitly stating it. So simile और metaphor में यही difference होता है. Simile में we are explicitly making it known that we are comparing, and we do that by using the words as and like. But in metaphor we don't explicitly say it, पर वो समझ में आ जाता है. बोलना नहीं पड़ता पर समझ में आ जाता है कि comparison है. Okay? So the correct answer, Suman, is metaphor. It's marked in green. Metaphor is the correct answer because we're comparing the cat's fur to a blanket. We're saying that the cat's fur is warm, just how a blanket is warm. The cat's fur is perhaps soft, just like a blanket is soft. We're saying that the cat's fur is a blanket of warmth, but we are able to understand कि literally है नहीं, पर हम compare कर रहे हैं. Okay? So it's a metaphor. Okay. Clear? So when there is a comparison and there is like or as, it is simile. When there is a comparison but you don't see the words like or as anywhere in the sentence, it's a metaphor. Okay? Here's the next question. Again, tell me the literary device in the sentence. The king's castle stood tall and proud with its head held high. इसमें there can be two literary devices used, but options में एक ही correct answer है, but you can tell me later on what the other one is as well. Okay, most of you saying C, some of you still think it's B. So I think the pain point, the thing we all struggle with the most, thing we find the most difficult is metaphors. So एक बारी session के end में metaphors भी अच्छे से समझेंगे दोबारा, but right now the correct answer is, should I tell you? Okay, C. The correct answer is C, personification. And great, Manu, fantastic. I told you that there are two literary devices being used. One of them is not in the options but is still being used, and as Manu correctly pointed out, it's alliteration. Alliteration is happening where? At head held high. Okay? Head held high is the alliteration. And where is the personification happening? Personification is happening because we're comparing the king's castle to a person who stands tall and proud. Okay? Excuse me. Okay. So, when a person is proud, they stand with their head held high, and we're saying that the king's castle is like a person who's standing tall and proud with their head held high. Okay? Now the king's castle is not really a human being, it's a non-living object, but we are giving it human qualities. Okay? We're giving it person-like qualities. Dilip, castle means महल. राजा कहाँ रहता है? महल में रहता है, right? So king's castle is राजा का महल. Okay? एंड बाकी बिल्डिंग्स के कंपैरिजन में, जैसे नॉर्मल लोगों के घरों के कंपैरिजन में आप देखोगे राजा का महल बहुत बड़ा होगा, ऊंचा होगा और सबको देख रहा होगा ऊपर से. दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ ह्यूमन लाइक क्वालिटी वी आर गिविंग इट, कि वो इतना ऊंचा है कि वो सबको देख रहा है. सो सर ऊंचा करके कौन चलते हैं? पीपल हु आर प्राउड. डज दैट मेक सेंस? या राजेश्वरी, आई एम ओके, सॉरी, बस लिटिल throat infection, that's why I was not there the past week, but I'm doing much better now, thank you. Okay, next one, ready? Okay, the bird flew as fast as the wind. The bird flew as fast as the wind. Very simple. A. Lucky was the first one to give me the answer this time. And all of you got it right. Very good. Perfect. Because as दिख गया हमें, as और like दिख जाता है तो पता चल जाता है simile है. Very easy. The bird flew as fast as the wind. Simile. Perfect. Okay, next one. The camel is the ship of the desert. The camel is the ship of the desert. इसमें lot of you saying A again, but I don't see the words like or as. Priyanshu, do you see the words like or as? You're giving me A as the answer. You can change your answer if you want. Okay, some saying C. Personification is giving human-like qualities to something, person-like qualities to something. Ship is not a person, camel is an animal. So if you want to change your answer again, I'm giving you an opportunity. Yes, perfect. The answer is metaphor. So I know you getting confused with metaphors. You sometimes, because metaphors are difficult to spot. If I give you a text and I tell you to spot the metaphor, you might have trouble doing it. But इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन में जहाँ आपको सेंटेंस दिया हुआ, 3 ऑप्शंस दिए हुए, what can you use to get to the correct answer? You can use process of elimination. Okay? If you're confused about what metaphor is, you know what a simile is. Look for the words like or as. नहीं दिख रहे तो simile तो answer नहीं हो सकता. So A is not the answer. Eliminated. Then C, I just explained. Personification में you're giving human-like, person-like qualities to something. यहाँ पे तो कोई person-like qualities नहीं दे रहे हैं हम camel को. So personification भी eliminate हो गया. Simile eliminate हो गया, personification eliminate हो गया, कौन सा ऑप्शन बचा? मेटाफोर बचा, तो वही करेक्ट आंसर होगा, राइट? दिस इज द मेथोडोलॉजी यू आर गोइंग टू यूज इन योर एग्जाम्स. ऑब्वियसली अगर if you don't know what a metaphor is at all, there might be some kind of questions that you cannot answer. But ऐसे questions तो answer कर सकते हो जिसमें आपको simile पता है, personification पता है. Okay, so always apply this method if you get confused, and that will take you to the correct answer. Okay, perfect. Metaphor. We are comparing the camel to the ship of a desert without using the words like or as. We're comparing a camel to a ship. Okay, people generally use camels to travel on the desert like they use a ship to travel on water. So we're comparing these two qualities, but we're not using the words like or as. Alright? Okay. Next question. Now the type of question is going to change. Avani, you're just going to give me the answers on the chat. I'm looking at the chat and I'm seeing who all is giving me the correct answer. And if you have any confusions, now is the time to ask. The purpose of this quiz is to not give you a prize. Mil bhi sakta hai, appreciation mil sakti hai as a prize, but the purpose of this is to make your concept stronger. So if you have any confusions, now is the time to ask me these questions so that you don't have any doubts when it comes to literary devices. Okay, Jitendra, that's completely okay. Alright, so now the kind of question is going to change. So far you were giving me you were telling me the type of literary device in the sentence. Now I'm going to tell you to identify a sentence with a particular literary device, and the options are going to be the sentences. Okay? Alright, here we go. You have to identify the simile out of all these options. You have 3 sentence options. You are going to tell me which one of these is a simile. Okay, B, C, C, C. Alright, majority of you got it right. There are some of you who gave me B as the answer. Again, I want you to type in the chat. I want all of you to type in the chat कि कैसे पता चलता है कि simile है कि नहीं है. What is the trick to find out if something is a simile? Yes, like or as. Very good. Kanak, Dilip, fantastic. I want each one of you to type this so that you remember. Faiza, it's not a Menti, there's no code, just give me the answers in the chat. Very good, Gungun. Very good, Jitendra, very good. So, Rubik's, you told me something that applies to both similes and metaphors. I'm asking you कि simile है ये कैसे पता चलता है? Like or as. याद रखना ये. This is very important for you to remember. Okay? Alright, so इसमें the only option that's using like or as is the last option, C. Okay, so this apple is as sweet as candy. As use हो रहा है comparison के लिए. You're comparing the sweetness of the apple with the sweetness of candy. You are the apple of my eye. Option B is a what is okay? What is option B? Which literary device is option B using? Yes, Neha, perfect. Manu, very good. And Kanak, you're also right. But B is a metaphor because there is a comparison without explicitly stating by using the words like or as that it's a comparison. Okay? Rubik's, my brother has a heart of gold will be a metaphor. If you say my brother's heart is like gold, that can be a simile because like or as use हो रहा है. But जब like or as use ही नहीं हो रहा, then you're going to say it's a metaphor. When there's a comparison, two things can happen. Like or as use हो सकता है sentence में, like or as नहीं use हो सकता. नहीं use हो रहा है तो metaphor है, use हो रहा है तो simile है. Okay? Perfect. Next question. Advika, first is not a device, it's just a fact. Not all sentences use a literary device. Sometimes you can just state a normal fact. So you can say apple tastes sweet. आप बस बता रहे हो कि एप्पल का टेस्ट मीठा होता है. That's it. No literary device. All right, here's the next question. Identify the simile again. Okay, Lucky. A. और उसके बाद सबने A बोला, क्योंकि अब सबको समझ आ गया अच्छे से कि सिमिली को कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं. वेरी गुड, परफेक्ट, ग्रेट जॉब गाइज. Words started to spread like a wildfire. A wildfire is a forest fire. जब एकदम से कभी जंगल में आग लग जाती है तो फैलती रहती है और किसी को समझ में नहीं आता स्टार्ट कैसे हुई. ओके, सो जब इंटेंशनली आप आग नहीं लगाते हो और वो फैल जाती है बहुत ज्यादा, दैट इज अ वाइल्ड फायर. सो वर्ड्स, जब आप किसी के बारे में कुछ बोलो, दैट कैन ऑल्सो स्प्रेड. रूमर्स कैन ऑल्सो स्प्रेड लाइक वाइल्ड फायर. ओके, all right, next we must stop the wildfire before it destroys the forest is a sentence that's stating a fact, and the wildfire is a hungry beast that will eat the entire forest. ये क्या है? What is option C? The wildfire is a hungry beast that will eat the entire forest. Yes, you're comparing the wildfire to a beast without using the words like or as. It's a metaphor. Great. And personifications can also be are also metaphors, right? Personifications are also metaphors, but they're a specific kind of metaphor जिसमें हम human like qualities दे रहे हैं. So इसमें beast like qualities दे रहे हैं. You can argue because eating is something humans do, but eating is something animals also do, right? So in this case, it's safer to say that it's a metaphor. Okay? All right, next one. Give me the answer. Identify the metaphor. Sheldon is a walking dictionary. Sheldon always walks around with a dictionary. Sheldon is like a walking dictionary. Okay, most of you have given me A as the answer. Some of you still giving me B. जितेंद्र, B दोबारा पढ़ के देखो क्यों आपको B लग रहा है. And question क्या? You're identifying the metaphor, not the simile. So the question has changed from simile to metaphor. Remember that and tell me why you think B is the answer. Okay. Okay, you've realized your mistake. Good. Most of you giving me A as the answer. Indeed. Very good. Absolutely correct. A is the answer. Sheldon is a walking dictionary. C is a simile. Sheldon is like a walking dictionary. Okay. Simile C, like most of you are saying. Very good. Hi Vaishnavi, welcome. No problem. Okay, so C is a simile, A is a metaphor, B is just a fact. Sheldon walks around with a dictionary. Next one. You're gonna identify, okay, answers coming in. Most of you saying B. Some of you saying A. Pallavi is confused between B and C. Okay. Here, two of the options are using the same literary device and one of the options is correct. Yes, Vaishnavi, thank you so much. Your good wishes mean a lot to me. And the correct answer is B. His words cut deeper than a knife. You're comparing how the feeling of a cut. You're comparing the feeling of a cut with how words can hurt. If I say something mean to you, it'll hurt you. Not in the same way like physically getting hurt. गिर जाओगे तो चोट लगेगी, वो अलग टाइप का पेन है. कोई कुछ बुरा बोलेगा, वो अलग टाइप का पेन है. You're comparing both these types of pains. Okay? So his words cut deeper than a knife में you're saying कि the kind of words that were said by him hurt me more than perhaps a knife stabbing me. Okay? So here you are comparing two things but you're not using like or as. So the metaphor is his words cut deeper than a knife. A is using the word as. His words were as sharp as a knife. It's conveying the same emotion. The emotion is the same. जो आप बोलना चाह रहे हो वो same है A और B में, लेकिन A is a simile, not a metaphor. Similarly, C, the knife was able to cut through metal like it was butter. इसमें you're comparing metal with, because the knife was so sharp, you're saying कि इतने easily काट दिया कि metal was like butter to it. Okay? So A and C are not metaphors, B is your metaphor. Okay? Alright, next one. Identify the personification. Be very careful. इतनी जल्दी पढ़ भी लिया नेहा, ऑप्शंस पढ़ भी लिए, दिलीप, नेहा, गुनगुन सबने, लक्ष्य. Okay, it seemed that the sky was going to cry the entire night. It looks like it's going to rain the entire night. The sky looked like a calm sea before the storm. Perfect, क्योंकि I guess you gave me the answer because जो पहला sentence था वही answer है. पर अगर दो correct answers होते तो क्या करते? Okay, Akita is a little confused. A or C? No, the correct answer is A. It seemed that the sky was going to cry the entire night. मतलब इतनी बारिश हो रही है कि ऐसा लगेगा कि आसमान रो रहा है. But crying is something that humans do. It's a human quality. Have you seen objects cry? If I hurt this pen, it's not going to start crying. But if I hurt you, you will cry. Not that I will, don't worry. Okay? So, crying is a human-like, person-like quality. So, here we are comparing raining to crying, which is personification. It looks like it's going to rain the entire night. It's just a fact कि मुझे लग रहा है कि बारिश होगी. And C, the sky looked like a calm sea before the storm. What is C? अच्छा दिलीप आंसर चेंज करते, पर कभी कभार एग्जाम में नहीं हो पाता ना, आंसर मार्क करके आगे बढ़ जाते हो, फिर वो गलत हो जाता है. यस नेहा, गुनगुन, आरव, वेरी गुड, वेलकम. ट्राई आंसरिंग क्वेश्चंस नाउ. It is a simile. The sky looked like a calm sea before the storm. Comparing the sky to a sea. All right. Perfect. Great job. Here's the next one. Again, you have to identify the personification. Oh, line से C आंसर आया and perfect. Everyone gave me the correct answer. I'm so proud of all of you. Great job. शुरू में गलत आंसर दे भी रहे थे तो एंड होते सब सही आंसर दे रहे हो. Perfect. The correct answer is C. The angry cactus stabbed anyone who touched it. Angry होना किसका emotion है? Humans का emotion है. And to act upon your anger is also a human emotion. Right? So, the cactus is not going out of its way to stab people. वो तो बनाया ही ऐसा गया है. That's how a cactus naturally is. But it's a human tendency to act on your anger and do things. So we're comparing the cactus to something that a human would do. Stab मतलब when you stab someone with a knife, किसी को चाकू मारना stab होता है. So stabbing is चाकू मारना. Correct. Okay. What is A? To cut someone with a knife, to insert a knife into something with force is stabbing. To insert a knife with force is stabbing. ऐसे करके. Alright. What is A? A is a simile. Correct, because we're comparing the spikes of the cactus with needles and we're using the word as. We're using the word as and we're comparing the spikes on the cactus with needles, okay? Perfect. Be careful, the cactus is dangerous, is just a warning. Okay? Alright, fantastic job. That brings us to the end and you've nailed it. I'm so happy that all of you got all the answers right towards the end. Fantastic job. If you have any doubts, now is the time to ask me. किसी भी चीज में confusion है, if you think you're getting confused with something, now is your time. Thank you so much. Ha, Rajeshwari, do you have any? Oh, you got all of them right, Gungun. Fantastic. Advika, examples of metaphor and personification. Okay, let's do this as a collective activity. Everybody in the chat, I want examples of metaphors quickly. I'll give you an example right now. You can see I'm a little unwell, so I'm much better now, thank you so much, but my nose is leaking a little bit because of a cold. So I can use the metaphor, my nose is a leaking faucet. Okay, what is a faucet? Where you wash your hands, you open nal jisko bolte hai, that is a faucet. And sometimes these things leak, pipes leak at home, faucets leak. So similarly my nose is leaking right now, so my nose is a leaking faucet. This is a metaphor because I'm comparing how my nose is leaking to how a faucet leaks without using the words like or as. So I'm not making a direct comparison, it's not explicit, it's an indirect or an implicit comparison. Okay? Yeah, a tap is a faucet, so I can say my nose is a leaking tap. Alright? Neha, syllables are the units of sound in a word. Okay? Each word has units of sound that make a block. So if I say Neha, I can see two blocks in that word. Ne and ha. Ne is one unit, ha is another unit. Ne, ha. So your name has two syllables. Okay? So whatever you can say without breaking is one syllable. Okay, and now personification. Metaphor के बहुत examples आ गए. Personification example. Thank you Rajeshwari. Thank you. Abhita, I forgot your name. It starts with A, I know. Okay, I want one example of personification here in the chat. Arey, schedule, schedule, sab akshara, thank you. Schedule is also correct. American English mein schedule bolte hai, that's also correct. Depends on what kind of accent you're talking in. Ah, very good. So my alarm clock yells at me, winter came carrying white blankets. So my blanket, ठंड लग रही है तो my sweater hugged me in the cold winter. My stomach is screaming at me to eat some food. बहुत सारे examples हैं. So whenever you give a human-like quality to anything, that becomes personification. ठीक है? Many examples. Good that you're coming up with your own. Try to think of these things in your daily life. And great job. Shoes were tired after a long walk. Very good. Anmol, little bit, like I said, nothing to worry about. ये तो होता रहता है. Change in weather. Okay, great. So, any more doubts? Very quickly, 5 more minutes we'll spend maximum. No, all clear? Great. Very good. So now everyone's going to ace literary devices. Nobody is going to be scared of them. When you read a poem, you're instantly going to know which literary device is being used where. I have full faith. And you can also come up with your own. So when you write on your own, you can also use literary devices that you come up with. Yes, little under the weather. Very good. Nice idioms you're using. Perfect. Crystal clear is an example of what? What is crystal clear an example of? Quickly, last question. Alliteration. Very good. Very good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. No, Advika, there are many more and we'll cover them. But these are the 3 most important ones. That's why we did these in detail, okay? There are many literary devices. We'll do all of them, okay? Chalo, theek hai. Fantastic. And before I leave, a few reminders for you. Champions are made here, and I saw all of you become champions through the course of one session only, where you were making some silly mistakes in the beginning and you stopped doing that towards the end. So subscribe right away so that we can achieve and become a family of 50K. All right. Perfect. Yes, subscribe right away. Those of you who haven't done it. Oh, Shrishti, get well soon. And if you want to be India's next quiz master, then now is your chance. We had a very successful run of the BYJU'S Quiz Masters, and now is a chance. So you can fill in the form, submit your entries now. Links are in the description, and the date is 30th November. If you want to become more confident English speakers, and I know all of you do, all you have to do is enroll for the BYJU'S Spoken English classes, now available for grade 8th and 9th. And you will get all of these benefits and much more. Don't lose out on this opportunity. It's here for a discounted price for a limited time only. Make use of it. So I want to see all of you on the BYJU'S Spoken English classes, okay? And check out all the important playlists so that it becomes easier for you to access whatever you need to study, okay? Everything's there. Make use of all the resources that you have and nail your exams. All right. Okay, yes. It will happen in batches. Okay, you'll have 25 learners maximum in one class for the BYJU'S Spoken English classes. So all of you can get an opportunity to talk. So it's a fantastic program. Do make use of it. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for your good wishes. Bye-bye.